catch. Which tight end are you dropping? I think, unfortunately, I mean, I love Mitchell Wilcox, but I think he might be the odd man out. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
The only thing that might be his saving grace is he's really, really good on special teams. So I think what'll happen is they'll keep 4 active and just play short. Just have an extra offensive or defensive lineman down, or depending on whether the matchup is a pass happy team. They'll keep a run stopper down. If it's a run heavy team, they'll take DJ Ivy will be down, or Jalen Davis, so they'll mix and match. I think they'll keep all 4 active because Smith isn't going to play special teams. And
Tanner, has he ever played special teams?
I'm sure he has.
And that's the thing, is like special teams is a serious thing. Our special teams is finally starting to round in the shape as well. I mean, Brad Robinson did some really good punts, and I think our special teams in general are starting to play better.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at his. Trying to look at Hudson's snaps on special teams, but I think more than anything else, Darren will try to keep Sample and Mitch Wilcox around just because they're both so solid on special teams.
They're so good at what they do. I mean,
they're I mean, they are the definition of role players. I mean, Drew Sample, again, people have finally started to forgive him for having the ignominy of being drafted in the second round.
The audacity of him to being drafted in the second round. What's wrong with him?
Right, and just let him be a solid blocking. He's almost a fullback H-back type player for the Bengals. The way that they use him, they move him around and everything. So I mean, he's got a role. I mean, he's got a spot on the team for a couple years, so long as he stays healthy, just as that blocking tight end.
I mean, the funny thing to me is we kept talking about this tight end position, for most of the season. And lots of people have said, oh, they don't really use the tight end. I said, yeah, but when they do, Joe will go back to him. Joe will use it if it's there. And I think, I ask you this, Webby, I think Sunday night shows that Joe spread the ball around. If you're open and he trusts you, you're going to get the ball. So having a tight end who can actually make some plays, I think it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like we just said the week before with Irv, you see that trust, like during that game, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm talking to my people, like, he's not going to get the ball much more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can't trust you to hold on to it or bring it down, we're not going to keep giving it to you when we have this much talent to spread it to. But also, like, now, you come out and you know these guys can make these plays because Joe trusts them just like he did Irv Sunday night. Irv goes out, has a good game. Now you got all 3 tight ends playing great. If you do have to cut one, Wilcox has to be the one you cut, just because I feel like, not cut, but, I feel like he's the one that has to go out of any of them. But if you keep all of them, I mean, like you said, they're role players. You know what I'm saying?